Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly tech update, the show that explores the newest, coolest, and sometimes crazy side of tech available on the interwebs. I am your tech director, Ray McNeil. Coming up on the program today, the Subside demo delivers breathtaking swimming visuals exclusive, at least right now, to Steam VR. Robosyn's Megatron is the best evil robot that money can buy. Happening in this week's What The, another edition of Only in Australia. And of course, we'll wrap up the program with this week's Moment of Joy. All that and a whole lot more coming up on today's edition of your weekly tech update. Next. Graphics can be a touchy subject in VR. Standalone headsets are only capable of so much on their own, but consoles and PCs are expensive. When something like Subside comes along, though, even an early access Steam demo can help us all pause, look around, and take in what really eye-catching visuals can do to transport you somewhere else. The new demo from A2D is available on Steam as of right now, with a full release listed as, quote, coming soon. You can simply reach out in front of you and spread your arms out to swim beneath the churning waters to see a world that's teeming with life. Schools of fish dart through the water with fluid motion, while sunbeams filter through the water, creating shafts of light in a visual feast. Some may never get to experience diving in clear waters like these, making Subside immediately transportive on the power of these elements alone. This thing looks incredible. A2D swimming mechanics feel intuitive and, more importantly, realistic. The resistance of water feels palatable as you paddle through the sea, and buoyancy seems to replicate the feeling of bobbing and diving. The demo for Subside offers a glimpse of a satisfying underwater excursion. Subside is definitely something to keep your eyes open for, and if you have a PC and a VR headset lying around, well, I definitely recommend that you check out the free demo on Steam.
Simulation terminated.
Thwaites, a notoriously unstable glacier in western Antarctica, is cracking and disintegrating, spelling bad news for sea levels across the globe. Efforts are afoot to understand the geometry and chemistry of the glacier, which is about the size of Florida, in order to gauge the impact that warming waters and climate change may have on it. An 11-foot tube-like underwater robot called Icefin is offering us a detailed look deep under the ice at how the vulnerable ice shelf in Antarctica is melting. By way of two papers published recently in the journal Nature, Icefin has been providing details regarding the conditions beneath the freezing waters. The torpedo-like Icefin was first developed at Georgia Tech, and the first prototype of the robot dates back to 2014. But it has since found a new home at Cornell University. This robot is capable of characterizing below ice environments using a suite of sensors that it carries. It comes equipped with HD cameras, laser ranging systems, sonar, Doppler current profilers, single beam altimeters to measure distance, and instruments for measuring salinity, temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH, and organic matter. Its range is impressive. It can go down to depths of 3,280 feet and squeeze through narrow cavities in the ice shelf. Since Icefin is modular, it can be broken down, customized, and reassembled according to the needs of the mission. Researchers can remotely control Icefin's trajectory and let it set off on its own. Icefin isn't alone in these cold waters. Its journey is part of the International Thwaites Glacier Collaboration, or ITGC, which includes other radar sensors in vehicles like Bodie McBoatface. In 2020, through a nearly 2,000-foot deep borehole drilled into the ice, Icefin ventured across the ocean to the critical point where the Thwaites Glacier joined the Amundsen Sea, and the ice starts to flow. Data gathered by Icefin and analyzed by human researchers showed that the glacier had retreated up the ocean floor, thinning at the base and melting upwards quickly. Additionally, the shapes of certain crevasses in the ice are helping funnel in warm ocean currents, making sections of the glacier melt faster than previously expected. These new insights may improve older models that have been used to predict the changes in the glacier and in the rates of possible sea level rise if it collapses. Icefin is currently collecting data as close to the ice as possible in locations that no other tool can currently reach. It's showing us that this system is very complex and requires a rethinking of how the ocean is melting the ice, especially in a location like Thwaites. Outside of the glacier, you can find Icefin monitoring the ecosystems within ice oceans around Antarctica's research station, or helping astrobiologists understand how life came to be in ocean worlds and their biospheres. Picture this. If productivity apps were party guests, Microsoft Excel would be the guy who sits in the corner interrupting every anecdote with the phrase, "Actually, I think you'll find," and as a result, rarely gets invited back. It's a dependable old workhorse of a program. However, this Fallout-inspired RPG runs inside of the spreadsheet creator, and once again shows off exactly what the dependable Microsoft app can do when shown a dash of creativity. Simply referred to as Fallout-like Excel RPG V1-1, the game has players explore the post-apocalyptic wasteland of Mercer, and features two primary gameplay components, questing and battling. The gameplay is mostly text-based, but there is a top-down perspective map in which you can move your party via cell-based arrow buttons. The questing portion of the game features 8 missions in which players solve the mystery of the location of Vault 11's missing overseer, while the battling system involves defeating foes using D&D style mechanics in order to level up their party. It's worth noting that you'll need Microsoft Excel proper in order to run this. No other brand versions of spreadsheet programs will work. You'll also have to untick the "this file came from another computer" unblock box in the file properties to enable macros as well, so there is a little bit of fiddling involved. All that being said, though, while the concept isn't exactly a fresh one in terms of lore or gameplay, the fact that all of this runs inside the confines of Excel is quite impressive, and shows off the power of the program when stretched beyond its spreadsheet creating primary purpose. The developer Dynamic Pair has previous formed to creating short adventures, horror games, and life simulators within the app. And when it comes to alternative uses, it's not just games that Excel can be wrangled around with some lateral thinking. YouTuber Inkbox has previously shown that the Microsoft app can even be used to build a functional 16-bit CPU, thanks to some meticulous work creating a customized assembly language all of its very own. Turns out Excel may have been hiding some hidden talents all along, or perhaps more accurately, that hobbyists will always be looking to turn mundane systems into something more capable, entertaining, or in the case of the CPU, educational than their initial functions may seem to permit.